Good morning, church, and welcome to our Children's Moment. I welcome all our adult children of God, and I welcome all of our younger children of God, and I'm especially excited to do some shout outs to some of my favorites that I see in Sunday school and on the steps of our sanctuary when we're in session. So hi to Luke, and hi to Simone, and Colin, and Everett, and Jordan, and Lucille, and Laura, and hello to Alex, and hello to Harvey, and Sage, and little Sam, and little Rosie. I miss you all and can't wait until we can be together again. But for the next few minutes, everyone, we're going to do this children's moment together in a virtual way. So here we go. In case you've lost track of time, we've all been in quarantine now for 6 to 7 weeks with the pandemic. And that has been really hard for all of us. For grown-ups, we've been away from our co-workers and work, and we've been working from home. And I know you kids have been out of school and learning in a whole new way at home with your parents, helping you with your schoolwork and seeing your teachers and friends online. And that has not been easy. We've been away from our families that we can't visit right now. And that is really, really hard. And I know for me, what I've been doing to keep my sanity and to kind of recognize the blessings that are still part of my life is I go for a walk each day. And I do that sometimes in the morning before sunrise, and I really enjoy hearing how loud the birds are at that time. And sometimes I do it at the end of the day and watch the sunset, and that's been really great. And it made me start thinking this week of all the walking I've been doing and how that kind of reminds me about a story in the Bible when two disciples were on a long walk to a place called Emmaus. And they were going through some really rough times too at that point. Jesus had just died, and they had heard about that. And then they heard that when they rolled the stone away from the tomb, his body was gone. They'd also heard that he was alive again, but the angels had shared the good news when they weren't around. So they had their doubts. And so as they walked along this journey to Emmaus, they talked about how sad they felt and how difficult the times were. And they were trying to just figure things out. And along that journey, a man joined them at some point and started asking them what they were talking about. And they shared what had happened over those last few days and how sad they were. And the man who joined them chimed in with some other really great stuff about Jesus, and they were pretty impressed at how much that this guy was sharing with them. So much so that when they got to Emmaus, they asked him to join them for dinner. And so he did. And while they all sat down, the man broke bread, and suddenly those two disciples suddenly recognized who that stranger was with them. It was Jesus. And they were really surprised that all of a sudden that's when they recognized who it was, even though they spent all that time with him on that really long road to Emmaus. And it made me wonder how they felt at that point. Did they feel embarrassed that they didn't recognize them? Did they feel really excited? Probably a little bit of both. And it made me start thinking that when I'm on my walks each day, no matter how bad things seem around us and all the sadness that the pandemic is bringing to so many people and how many people are hurting because of what is going on, it made me realize that God is really with me all the time, on those walks all the time. He's right by my side, and he's going to get us all through this, just like he did with the disciples. He stuck with them even when they were doubting things and they couldn't figure things out. He was right there with them. And it made me think that no matter how bad things seem like they are, and even though there's so many things we don't know the answers to right now, and we don't know when things are going to go back to what we used to consider normal, that God is with us. And we just have to open our eyes a little wider to recognize that he's really right there alongside with us and is never going to leave us. So I hope this week you can go on a few walks and enjoy the fresh air and clear your head and enjoy the blessings of springtime here in Missouri. And just know that God is with you just like he was on the road to Emmaus with the disciples. Have a great week, everyone.